Hey guys, and West Reacts here, Gunbar Reaction / review, whatever you want to call it, to Talentless Nana, chapter 59. So yeah, re-recording this because I was tired. I recorded half the chapter earlier, but I got tired, so I was literally falling asleep in the middle of the recording. So yeah, I just decided might as well just redo the entire thing. Since, yeah, probably don't want a video of me passing out towards the end of it. So yeah, Talentless Nana, chapter 59, titled Moe Part 5. So last chapter ended off with Soma bringing out this note that's saying, or that he says is from Nana, saying that because last chapter a guy named Saijo ended up dead. Moe saw it, and then we had focus on Moe and her grandmother and their relationship, why Moe is so attached to her. And then yeah, at the end we had this Soma bringing out this note that says thank you for defending me against, or it says, Dear Saijo, it's Nana. Thank you for defending me against Aiba-san earlier. There's something I'd like to tell you personally. Could you meet at 10 p.m. tonight? So Nana says, why isn't that written in my handwriting? And then Kyoya says she's right, it could be a forgery. And then Kyoya says, suppose Hiragi is the culprit, why would she send the victim a letter conclusively proving she made contact with him without disposing of it afterwards? So yeah, it's pretty weird. Why would she send him a note and then not get rid of the evidence, basically? Soma says because Saido's room was locked, and then Kyoya says the victim's room key was in his pocket. We used it to investigate the room, investigate his room. Are you saying that Hiragi killed Saijo and didn't take his key? And Soma says Saijo's head was split open. His body was covered in blood. Kyoya says that she would have gotten blood on herself if she tried to search his pockets. And Soma says she probably thought it would be a bad idea to return to school wearing bloody clothes and walk through the dorm hallways being watched by security cameras. Kyoya says there's more. What about the method used to kill him? Why would Hiragi use a method as uncertain as running the victim over with a car? Possible that the victim could have avoided being struck. If she were unlucky, she could have been badly injured herself. And then Soma says because she wanted us to think he was killed by an outsider, and if we concluded it was just an accident, that would be cause for celebration. And then Nana brings up the good question of in the first place she doesn't have a car. But Saito kind of counters by just saying that she could have just simply stolen it or got it from somewhere or stolen it. And then says, either way, I'm going to search your room now, Hiragi. And then Nana's my room right now? And then he says, Soma says, who knows, maybe I'll find some car keys. And Nana, excuse me, is saying he plans to pretend to search my room and plant something there. And someone says, anyway. And then, yeah, he pretty much just goes there, and Kyoya says, you're behaving rather arrogantly. You won't make any friends acting tough. And then someone's like, what? What makes you think it's an act? And everybody else is like, what was that about? So yeah, we go to Nana's room where they're like going through her stuff. And she is like keeping her eye on Soma. He like sticks his hand in his pocket. And she's thinking, does he have the keys to the car used to commit the crime in his pocket so he can act like he found them in my room? And so he pulls his hand out. He's got like balled up, and Nana like reacts to it, and she just immediately jumps and grabs him and says, "Don't touch that." So he like reaches for this pillow. She like grabs his hand, saying, "Don't touch that," and he's like, "What's gotten into you?" And then Nana's like looking at the pillow, but Kyoya finds the key in like a notebook. And so yeah, that's what he says. It was inside of your notebook. There are door lock buttons on it, so I assume it's a car key. And then Soma takes the key and says, "I knew we'd find him." And Kyoya says, "We'll have to confirm if that's the key to that car." And Soma says, "Yeah, you're right, I'm looking forward to it." And then Kyoya says, "If Hiragi abandoned the car, then why didn't she throw the key away?" And Soma says, "If the cops bothered to search the area promptly, they would have found this thing instantly. Immediately. He wasn't sure how to dispose of it." To which Kyoya says, "No, wait. Then why would she hide it in her own room?" And someone says, "People tend to freak out after killing someone, or after they kill someone." And says, "It wouldn't be strange if she forgot the car keys in her pocket until she returned to her room after running Saijo down. That's why I was in a hurry to search her room before she could destroy the evidence." And Nana's thinking, what is he doing? When and how? Like, when did he get the key in there, and how did he get it in there? Because, yeah. And then she asks, like, what's his ability? To which he says, "Are you suggesting that I use my talent to frame you?" And then he starts snickering. He says, "You blame everything you don't understand on talents, huh? Sorno and Maizono, do you guys know?" Is what Kyoya asks Maizono and Sorno. Sorno says that Ryuji just told her that it was extremely dangerous, and so he warned her not to upset him, and so that's how she was told. To which she makes like a not Soma like makes a not happy face and then says it's electricity. And he says, "I can envelop my body in electricity when electrical currents already run through human bodies, so it's obviously stronger than that." And Kyoya says, "Are you saying you can electrocute people you touch?" And then he like pulls his shirt open and says, "Yeah." Right here. And then someone's like, "I'm not shocking you." He's like, "Dude, what the?" And then Kyoya's like, "I'm fine, it's fine, I can't die." And then he's like, "Seriously?" And it's like, someone says, "You might be fine, but your surroundings won't be. The electrical current could travel through the ground and shock anyone who's sleeping. I'd blow out all the electrical appliances within a few kilometers. If I'm not careful, I could even start a fire." Then Kyoya says, "It's that strong of an electrical current, huh? Just pretty strong if you can like EMP a few kilometers, basically." Sorano says, "So it's like a bolt of lightning." So yeah, EMP is probably not the right word for it. It would just like short circuit everything. And he says, "Unfortunately, I can't control its strength either. It's a terrifying power. When they say enemies of humanity, maybe they're talking about us." Which Nana like kind of looks sad or something, concerned. Kyoya says either way, it doesn't sound like a talent that would allow you to pull off any subtle something. Subtle tricks, yeah. That. Words are sometimes really, really tiny. And Nana's thinking, using his talent to kill Saijo-san would cause damage to the area similar to a lightning strike. He'd be practically announcing he did it. That's why he made it look like a car accident. And she's like, no, that's odd. Why use a car? Like Kyoya said, it's an unreliable method for killing someone. And Kyoya's just kind of like silent and then says, were there any signs that someone broke into your room last night? Talking to Nana. And she says, no, my door was even locked. And then he says, did anyone enter this room? And Nana says, Moe-chan and Sachiko, I believe. And Sachiko freaks out like, wait, what? Are you saying I killed Saijo-san? And she's like, no. If you were the culprit, using your teleportation ability to abandon him in Antarctica would be the perfect crime. Such a useful talent, there would be no need for you to acquire a car and fake an accident. Yeah, since Sachiko can teleport, basically, she can just teleport him somewhere like Antarctica or a volcano or something and then just ditch him there. And then, yeah, no need to go out of her way. It's like a hit and run type of deal. And Soma says, then since you don't have a useful talent, Hiragi, would it be safe to say you killed Saijo and made it look like an accident caused by an outsider? Which Kyoya doesn't say anything. He gets up and says, what's her motive? And then Soma says, what about the ever popular she was being controlled by an enemy of humanity? And Kyoya's like, that again. And then Soma says, after this I'm going to announce Hiragi's execution to the rest of the class. And then Nana's about to say wait, and then Kyoya says wait, that's going too far. We haven't investigated the victim's recent circumstances yet. It's still unclear how she acquired the car too. And then Soma says, we have the letter she sent to Saijo and the car keys as evidence. Quit dragging your feet. And Kyoya says, I won't disagree with making Hiragi our prime suspect. However, if you insist on killing her without a convincing explanation, you're no different from a murderer. And then Soma cracks a smile and says, a convincing explanation, I see. And he knocks Kyoya's hand away and says, follow me. Bring the guys hanging out in the hall too. So everyone goes outside. And Moguro says, what is it now? And then we see Soma talking to some army or military looking guys. Seiya says, what is he doing? And then he comes back and says, hey Onodera, you're sure you probably want to take it off? And then Kyoya's like, what? So you immediately see side of Kyoya's head just start bust out blood pretty much. Someone just shot at him with a gun. And then he's like, this thing's harder to aim than I thought. And he's like, now then, who's next? And Samogo yells, asshole. And he pulls out his fire. He's like, have you lost your mind? Pretty much, as he's about to attack him. And then Seiya's immediate instinct is to protect his girlfriend by making an ice barrier. And then we see everyone using their talents. So we got Moguro with fire, Seiya with his ice, and then Sorano with her wind ability, protecting Kyoya. And so yeah, then just got someone smiling and says, you guys get it? When you think someone's about to kill you, you have to kill them first. We found evidence that Hiragi killed Saijo in her room. She probably killed him because she lost her mind. And he's trying to convince everyone that y'all might be the next one she kills. And then Kyoya. I don't know. I got like all the names confused for a second. I was gonna call Kyoya Seiya for a second, but yeah. Kyoya says, "Who gave you the right to execute Hiragi?" And then Soma says, "As Hiragi's replacement as class leader, that Sir Oka guy said he'd back me up. See how those guys aren't saying anything after I borrowed and fired their gun." Yeah, and then Seiya's like, "What Sir Oka sensei did?" And Mogo says, "Is that true?" And then everybody's like trying, or everybody goes quiet. Nana grits her teeth and says, "In other words, from now on, anyone you set your sights on will be killed in Sir Oka's name." And then Soma says, "But we found evidence." And then Nana says, "Do you also plan to kill everyone else without giving them the chance to argue that the evidence was fabricated? Because that's Sir Oka-san's way of doing things." And yeah, he's like, "What's wrong with this bitch? She blew her stack the moment I mentioned Sir Oka." So yeah, he doesn't know about the her connection to him. So it's like, "Please wait until Moe-chan returns." And then yeah, someone says, "What was that?" Anna says, "The crime scene, it's a shortcut to the station. She was in a hurry to get home late last night. It's possible that she happened to pass by and witness something." To which Soma says, "That'd be awfully convenient for you." And then Anna says, "This morning it seems strange to me that you wanted to confirm Moe-chan's whereabouts all of a sudden. You also seem to be oddly in a hurry to execute me. Makes me think there's some reason you don't want to wait until morning has returned." And then Kyoya says, "It makes sense. Is there some reason this can't wait until after Makabe's return?" And then yeah, got thumb on the back foot. He kind of just clicks his tongue and says, "Fine, but if Makabe isn't connected to the but if she isn't connected to this case somehow, you know what that means, don't you?" And so yeah, we go to the hospital, and Moe's asking how her condition changed suddenly. I have to say she's in critical condition, or the doctor's telling Moe this. And then Moe's like, "Will she die?" And the doctor's like, "What?" And then Moe's like, "My grandma, will she die?" And then she just like, guess he doesn't tell her or something. And then she's just kind of standing there in a daze, says, "When people die, what happens to them?" Then Tsuruoka appears in front of her saying, "Heard you witnessed a murder. By the way, what duty do you have to Hiragi?" And that's the end of the chapter. So yeah, pretty good one. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe for more anime reaction reviews and manga reviews. Check the links down below to my Twitter, Twitch, and Discord, and yeah, I'll see y'all next time. So yeah, later.